Hey guys, it's me Lachlan, and as I mentioned in the previous video, we are back with some more details regarding Battlefield Hardline. In this video today, we're going to be looking at all of the vehicles, all of the vehicle unlocks, some of the ranks available, some of the medals and ribbons, and just some more speculation about the general consensus of what's going on inside Battlefield Hardline and what Visceral are getting up to. So to start off with, we're going to have a look at some of the vehicles that we're going to see, and as you can see at the top left, they are on screen now. We have got a good combination of land vehicles and air vehicles. No jets are featured yet, nothing along that kind of line. You probably wouldn't see it in a police environment, but to the top left we appear to have some kind of scout helicopter. Definitely gonna have a light or camera at the bottom of it. Left to the right of that, sorry, we have a little bird, which is featured in many Battlefield games, but will probably used in a slightly different style. To the right of that, we have an armored truck and another armored truck slightly to the right of that. Those yet again are most likely going to be competitors. The thieves will have one piece of equipment, so they'll have the left armored truck and the police will have the right armored truck, just as a general example of how we're going to see these weapons and vehicles pan out. To the right of that, we have a civilian vehicle. Definitely looks like an aerodynamic kind of fast-paced sports vehicle, so that's definitely going to be on the thieves side. And just to the bottom left of that, on the second row, we have a competitive police vehicle. Yet again, streamlined, slim. It's going to be used how we're going to see it. And again, to the right of that, we've got some new kind of vehicles. We've got some more trucks in. We've got a big gasoline carrier. I don't know how that's going to be used. Could just be used as a piece of levolution, shall we say, or possibly even to refuel vehicles. That could be a possibility in the game. Yet again, pure speculation. We have another armored truck, and yet again to the right of that, we have a meat wagon, police deployment vehicle, and arrest vehicle. So yet again, two competing sides there. We have a slightly less flashy car to the right of that, and below that, a police car. Yet again, two competitors. Thieves will get one, police will get the other. We have some more trucks, we have some motorbikes, a police motorbike, and of course a civilian motorbike. And then we've got two more helicopters. We definitely have seen that both of these are transport helicopters. None of them appear to be equipped with weapons, but that is yet to be seen. We'll find out how that goes down. And again, at the bottom, we finally have a civilian-based van. Now, all of these vehicles do come with a selection of unlocks that have been leaked at the moment, and you're going to see them on screen right now. So as you can see, some of the vehicle unlocks are actually surprisingly weird. Now to the top left, we have some kind of fan, no idea what that's going to be used for. We have a collective of sights that you can see from the actual vehicles themselves. We have a fire extinguisher, which is probably going to be an onboard piece of equipment that maybe we'll have to use or will automatically be applied, as we've seen in Battlefield 4. The fire extinguisher attachment, as well as the repair tool, as well as you can see in the screenshot, that could be an automated system or possibly an infantry-based system. Depends on how that's going to go. We'll have to see. But we also have a collection of mounted machine guns, most likely going to feature on the transport vehicles. We have a mounted rocket launcher. We have a minigun, which will most likely go on all of the transport vehicles, because as we can see at the moment, all of the aerial vehicles in the previous screenshots seem to have no kind of combat mechanisms whatsoever. We have a weird sort of system that appears to be some kind of checkerboard. No idea what that is. But to the right of that, we have a kind of shell, and I'm going to assume, as a wild guess, that that's going to be some kind of EMP shell. I can't really say for sure, but you'd assume that EMPs, for example, Need for Speed, police-based system, that there's going to be some kind of EMP within the game that will feature. Now to the left of that, we have slightly below a metal detector. I'm assuming there's going to be some kind of IEDs. We'll have to see how that goes. We also have some kind of sensory sort of grenades. No idea what that is to the bottom left. I don't know if that's going to be a vehicle attachment or has been put in the wrong place. We also have some kind of cameras, and to the right of that we have some very interesting looking machine gun attachments. No idea where they're going to be put. Possibly on bikes, possibly on vehicles that are on four wheels. We'll have to see. But these are all of the available vehicle unlocks and some of the sights that you're going to see down them when aiming. And overall, the general idea here is looking pretty good. Now I'd assume that we can say from this that dynamic damage in the game could be a possibility. For example, in previous Battlefield games, when a vehicle gets damaged, it just tends to explode straight away. Possibly in Battlefield Hardline, we're going to see some kind of system where we can use fire extinguishers and repair tools to actually stop vehicles from being damaged ourselves. And even more so, if you look at, for example, the machine guns and the mounted machine guns and miniguns, that all of the vehicles that we're going to see are going to come with no kind of combat systems whatsoever. Will have to be unlocked and applied ourselves, possibly even through a currency system. We'll have to see how that goes, but it definitely looks like the vehicle unlocks are going to be more important than what we've seen in previous games. Now, in Battlefield 4 and Battlefield 3, for example, they've been as sort of like mini upgrades, and this one they appear to be full-blown attachments that we're going to have to unlock ourselves and use to the fullest potential. So next up, as you can see on the screen now, we have all of the ranks. Now, we don't know how the ranking system is going to work. This possibly could be some kind of prestige system, no idea, or maybe it is that there are only 11 levels, which I highly doubt, that have a massive amount of XP to gain. It's not really Battlefield style to have low level XP and low level levels. You can get to 120, possibly even 150 in the new update on Battlefield 4. So I'd assume that these are possibly some prestige badges. You level up to a certain level and start fresh again with brand new stats, and you get these new icons. That would be a wild guess from me. And moving on from there, we have the ribbons. Now, as you can see, all of the ribbons are fairly general and don't really amount to anything, but, you know, it's just nice to know that they're there. It's going to be a baseline system that we've seen with ribbons, medals, unlocks, ranks. You know, that's just good to have confirmed, so it's not straying too far away from what we already know to be Battlefield. And as we move on from these ribbons, you can see the collective of medals that follow suit with it, and they also bear some fairly interesting implications. So, to the top left, as you can see, we have a headshot medal. That's most likely going to be primarily for the professional class, which is based on recon, but of course could transfer onto another many amounts of things. As we move on to the right, you can see assault rifle medals, sniper medals, LMG medals, submachine gun medals, and shotgun medals. Those are basically in every Battlefield game. The presumption here is that they're going to be sort of some kind of there's going to be some kind of system that competes thieves and competes the SWAT team against one another. So we're going to have to see those medals pan out, what the XP levels are going to be like for them. But so far, looking very Battlefield franchise styled, not straying too far away. Now, to the right of the shotgun medal, we have quite an interesting one, and this is handcuffs. Now, by the looks of things, and I'm just saying this is a wild speculative guess, it's not going to be just some all guns blazing, no decisions, shoot first, ask questions later. This possibly could be a system where arrests and trying to reach a peaceful agreement could come into play, possibly even hostage situations, as we've seen in Payday 2, and a clean arrest of somebody is most likely going to lead towards some kind of medal and some kind of ribbon to follow suit. So that's going to be really interesting to see. I'd like to see how this could even, you know, sort of shift towards a more tactical Battlefield, or more esports based Battlefield, but that's looking really interesting to me. To the right, we have another basic medal. I'm assuming that's going to be a zipline medal, just as a wild guess. That's what it appears to be to me, but it could be a number of things. Yet again, just a speculative guess. To the bottom left, we have a grappling hook medal. Now, I'm going to assume that's going to be some kind of sort of infiltration medal. Maybe you infiltrate an area undetected as a thief, or you infiltrate an area undetected as a SWAT member. That could be pretty interesting to see if there's an element of stealth in the game. But yet again, another wild guess. We have a money bags medal here. Now I'm going to assume that's going to be a clean getaway medal for the thieves. If they get away, they get their money. You're probably going to receive some kind of possibly cash reward, and possibly even some kind of medal to follow suit with XP. Now I'm going to take a wild guess and say, because of the money bag symbols, because of what we've seen so far, that there possibly is going to be a currency system in the game which allows you to unlock vehicle attachments, weapon attachments, and overall weapons as well. But that's just a wild guess, but that appears to be the case at the moment. To the right of that medal, we have what appears to be a electric bolt. Now this could be one of two things, could be some kind of EMP medal, could be a revival medal. We'll have to see how that plays out, could be one of two, but yet again, these are just a small collective of leaks from the assets. There could be plenty more medals to follow from just this. And to the right, we have a flag. Now I have no idea what that's going to be, no idea what it's going to be used for, most likely a game mode that we have not heard of yet. We'll have to see how that plays out too. So that's all of the actual screenshots that we have from the game, and I'm going to finish it off by just giving you some kind of speculative idea of how I feel as though this game is going to work. Now, it's being done by Visceral, so I'm going to assume that you're going to receive a multiplayer / single player character. He'll be your character, yours to customize, and you're going to work your way up through ranks and through some kind of currency system, unlocking a ton of equipment and a ton of weapons to change how you play the game, unlocking vehicle attachments, unlocking gun attachments. That's just going to be how I can see the game working. It's going to be similar to Payday 2, so you're going to have your thief as well, possibly his unlocks, possibly how he works. Now this is just a wild guess. It could just throw you into the game, give you 4 separate classes, and just say, yep, play it out. But I'm going to assume that this is a more advanced kind of game. It's going to give you a player, a currency system, and a way to sort of build money, which could transfer over to XP. And one of the most interesting implications about this game as a whole is that it appears to change the graphics quite drastically. Now, if you make a comparison to other games that we've seen in Battlefield, none of them are very cartoony, bar Battlefield 1940, the 1940 franchise, so 1942, 1943, and also Battlefield Heroes, which is free to play. So I'm going to make a wild assumption here and say that graphics and realism is scaled back. It's added an artistic style, but in the same essence is kept that real sense of good graphical play, good environments, good destructibility. So that's going to be interesting to see how that plays out. Now this is running off of Frostbite 3. This definitely is the unannounced Frostbite 3 game. So definitely there's going to consist a lot of Frostbite 3 engines, a lot of graphical Frostbite 3 engines, a lot of really destructibility engines. So Levolution most likely will be in there as well, and I'd assume it's not going to be too cartoony. Now here is the wildest speculation that I can make, and this is just a mad assumption. It could be true, it might not be true, we'll have to see. Now this is either going to be a standalone game that we pay for like Battlefield 4, or it could be a free to play game that's going to have some kind of in-game currency system. I mean, it would not surprise me. I mean, if you look at, for example, now on Battlefield 4, you can buy battle packs, you can buy shortcut bundles, you know, some kind of in-game currency system where they can exploit money. Would not surprise me from an EA standing point. But yet again, all speculation, could again just be a simple baseline game that we're going to pay for, and most likely is going to be announced at E3. I definitely say November/December release date. Now my reason for that is that if you look at the Battlefield 4 calendar, previously it went all the way up to December. Now recently in an update that some people haven't noticed, they've actually scaled that back now, and the calendar only goes up to October. So I'd assume that the release is probably going to fall somewhere around there. This could just be, again, random guess, but we're going to have to find out lots and lots of stuff at E3. But I'm really liking some of the ideas that are being conjured up about this game. Battlefield Hardline definitely could be a new installment with some kind of interest, lots more tactical play, lots more esports potential than previous Battlefield titles have had. So I have a real hope to see how this game's going to pan out. But yeah, again, at the end of this video, I'm just going to say a huge thank you to Battlefield Daily on Twitter. Go check them out, they'll be in the link below, because they've literally uncovered everything from a pile of code on a web page on the EA Sports, EA Dice, EA Visceral Assets folder. It's a huge task to do, but they did their best. They uncovered a lot today, and it's really going to shed some light about what we're going to see on the 9th of June, and hopefully it pans out well. Hopefully we see a good Battlefield game, and not something that's going to have horrible netcode, horrible systems that we've had to suffer with so far. So guys, it's been me, Lachlan. Thanks for watching this video. Hope you like some of the details that you've seen today. I'd like to know what your opinion is on a Battlefield SWAT game, because it's not really going down well with everyone at the moment. So it's going to be interesting to see how the general Battlefield fans will react to how this game looks and how it may pan out. So, like always guys, thanks for watching. Make sure to subscribe, like, etc. And I'll see you again in another Battlefield video. The Battlefield